What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Queen Sugar Season 4, Episode 9, Face Speckled. I want to first start out letting y'all know that I'm in a bad headspace. I have migraines right now. These lights fucking with me. And forgive me if that translates through this recap and review. This may very well just be a recap. It may not be too much of a review. Simply because, let me give you my little review right now. I'm depressed. This show has been depressing this season, episode after episode. The only shining moment that I remember so far for Aunt Vi is that she opened up Vi's prize pies. For Charley, nothing. No shining moments that I am aware of. For Micah, no real shining moments that I'm aware of. For Hollywood, no shining moments. For Ralph Angel, he started this program. He started the prison program. Nova, getting all this recognition for her book. But overall, little baby Blue made a new friend. Oh, Rod got a love interest. There we go. Rod got a new love interest. What's Charley's? I guess Charley is building her love interest with Romero. That's it. That's the shine. That's the remaining, the rest, the 95% remaining of the episodes is all downhillness. I don't even know if that's a word. And I'm depressed watching episode after episode after episode after episode. And it's bugging me. And when I'm in this headspace, it makes it worse. Because that means I get more nitpicky. Because I start really identifying with things that getting on my damn nerves on the episode. And right now, it's the episode in general. Is this supposed to be a whole entire season of just more fucked up shit on fucked up shit on fucked up shit? It's like, what? I don't give a damn how good y'all think the writing is. It's writing that's depressing as fuck. You could keep adding flowers and tools and all that shit to the damn writing, and it's written so beautifully, but it's depressing as fuck. It's undeniable. Like, if y'all are getting happy moments or y'all are finding something to rejoice in each and every one of these episodes, please leave it in the comment section for me. Don't just come in here and tell me I'm a fat bitch for not liking the damn show the way it's written. I know I'm fat and I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Don't come and tell me how you can't stand me because I'm talking down about a show you love so much and it's the best show on TV. Fuck that. Fuck you. You ain't watching enough TV if you think this is the best. It is a very well written show, but let's be honest. Contextually, this shit is depressing as fuck. And I could be the one to say that. We start off with Darla. Y'all know I'm so concerned about motherfucking Darla. I'm concerned about her. Darla is still in a very bad headspace as well, y'all. She won't even get out the bed. Rod come over to pick up little baby Blue, and Blue answered the door like, I was like, what the fuck you answering the door for? Why are you? My 6-year-old answering the damn door. Well, the mama ain't got about the bed. She ain't moving. She told me if you was at the door that I could answer it for you and for you only. So let's go, Pops. Let's go. We can roll. She been in the bed all day. She ignoring Leo's call. She ignoring Leo's text. She even saying a modified version of the Serenity Prayer. And when she got to the line about being in control of her own actions, and she took that long pregnant pause, that deep sigh that came out of her, I got scared. Because it was like she was wrestling with herself to make her believe that she can handle her own actions at this time. Being not to pick up a fucking crack pipe at this time and get high to numb the pain. That's what I felt that she was going through with that breath, with that pause. It's just, you've come too far, Darla. You've come too far to let Nova's irresponsible actions and words set you back. You've come too far. I understand being mad about it. Be mad as hell about it. But don't let that fester around you and cause you to lose the person that you have become, to revert back to being that fallen star. Speaking of setbacks, Davis is feeling it now too. He getting this massive blowback from the students at the university that he just got hired, Bayou University. I was right last week when I said that name. He hasn't even started the job yet, and they already protesting. They are protesting. The whole Melania, I think that was her name. The whole thing is coming back to fruit, up to the forefront. And yeah, he need Charley to fix it. He need her to get her Olivia Pope on and come handle this for him like she used to do. She like, call your lawyer. No, my lawyer can't do what you can do. My lawyer can't get into the nooks and the crannies and under the groove of the situation like you can. I need you. Micah needs you, because if it gets too much more out of hand, it's not just going to affect me. It's going to affect him as well. If you can't do it for me, do it for Micah. So she agrees. She agrees to do it. Meanwhile, over at the diner, I think we're about to get a love interest for Prosper. You know, he finna head off to this funeral of a long old-time friend. And when Aunt Vi mentioned that the sister was going to be around, and somebody he ain't seen in 40 years, he was like, ooh, the sister? You know, like, get himself together. Make sure his wrinkles, you know, thinned out. Prosper looked like, oh, the sister. Well, it seems like there was somebody that may have had, you know, Prosper's heart or interest long before Claire. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting what they're gonna do with this character, if they do anything. Prosper's supposed to have been like woven to the family as an intricate part of the family, but it kind of seemed like he's been playing the backdrop again this season. He's back to where he was, because remember, Charley seemed to be the only one that was really really considering Prosper family and treating him like family. Now he's back to being the same old Prosper that he used to be. That's what I'm seeing here. Well, you know, like I say, he heard that name, his back got a little bit straighter and everything. I was like, okay, now. Well, while they're in the middle of the diner, in walks Remy, face we haven't seen in 9 episodes. I had already thought they was going to write Remy out of the script. I did. I just didn't want to say it. I thought they was going to write him out of the script. Because I already knew what was supposed to be coming up in this episode. I think somebody had told me. Y'all know how I feel about spoilers, but I've been holding on to it for a long time. I already knew what was going to come up in this episode. So apparently he had dropped off the face of the earth. He wasn't answering his phone for Wood, for Rob, for Vi, for nobody. Nobody knew where he was at, which was strange to me because we found out that Remy was down in Houston with his mama from Nova. So Nova knew, but Wood acting like he didn't know none of this information, right? And I was wondering why Remy wasn't there supporting her through her whole book situation, or at least making a phone call or something. Surely, you know, he was mentioned in the book, right? Surely he was mentioned in the book. Well, maybe not, because Nova is on tour, right? And she gets questioned about the content that she put into her book by Miss Octavia Lawrence, you know. When I heard the name Octavia Lawrence, I was like, why that name sound familiar? Why that name sound familiar? And I'm going to talk about, and hopefully I'll remember to talk about it in a minute. Well, she's like, how you writing this memoir and using it as a tool to measure the Black experience, and you have done no research about these things that you are speaking of, as if your stories are a complete representation of the Black experience. Nova say, I don't need to research to speak my truth. And, you know, Octavia's like, really? You know, you in this book making yourself grander than life. While you minimalize everybody else with no facts to back it up. Okay. I kind of spoke to that a little bit last week because I was like, I didn't see how what Nova wrote spoke directly to a specific situation. It was almost as if she was just writing the story and leaving it to you as the reader to interpret what that really meant. But she's supposed to be writing this as a tool to help others. Like what she never explained the lesson, the story that she did with her dad. Myself and majority of the other reviewers that I watched afterwards, they all said the same thing. Like, did you really just tell everybody that your daddy may have bodies hidden in the backyard. Like, what effect could this have on Ralph Angel's farm? You know, property seizure, anything can happen. It possibly could have been a situation to maybe stop the highway as well. But you try to say you're leading us to believe your daddy killed somebody, killed 3 people, and buried them on that land. And then somebody else said, was it Miss Honey? If it wasn't Miss Honey, maybe it was somebody on Miss Honey's channel was saying, maybe it's Trudy that's buried it in the back. And that's why Aunt Vi took it so hard. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. But there was supposed to be a lesson. And I think the lesson was that, you know, her safe space was gone. Because she started out talking about being in a safe space and how your safe space could be ruined. And no, she had this safe space with her father where she was going fishing and everything, something that only they did together. And those white men stole that from her by, you know, taunting her, abusing her father. And then she used to like to go hide and run in the sugar fields. And when her daddy buried those bodies back there, he took away that safe space. I think that was supposed to be the lesson, but she didn't like really say that. She just read the story and left it at that. So, but she didn't understand till she got older, like what that could have really meant. But she didn't explain to the reader either what that really meant to her. So that's why I'm saying I was wondering how all these stories were laid out in the book or outlined in the book, and are they even addressing what it's supposed to have meant to her? And the reason why she felt this was necessity for people of color, for Black people to read and understand and utilize in their own lives. Anyway, Remy leaving. Remy is going down and staying where the hell he was at. Like I said, I thought he was being written out of the show because I heard this before, that he was going to move down there with his mama. He claimed that after dealing with Charley and with Nova, that he became a man that he didn't even like. You know, I didn't like him. But he became a man that he didn't even like, and he wanted to find himself, find the person he used to be, find the man he was supposed to be. You know, go back and begin those dreams that he had tucked away to the wayside. Like, he came to St. Joe because of his wife, and he tried to make St. Joe his home, but that wasn't his home. It was his wife's home. And Wood was like, well, I thought you and Nova was good together. Don't tell nobody I said that, though, but I thought y'all was good together. Yeah, I thought y'all would have worked out. And Remy was like, but it didn't work. It didn't work. So we didn't get to see the downfall of that relationship or what took it away. But he mentioned that how he loved Charley so much, and he thought she was going to be the one. And then I'm like, this is what you thought. This is what you felt. Even to this day, you thought you loved and you felt that Charley was going to be the one. And then you turned around and got with her sister. And then say her sister, when you got with her, made you have hope again. I just don't get you, Remy. I don't get it. I didn't get it at all. So he finna leave. Bye. That's how I feel about Remy's character. Boy, bye. I'm not gonna miss him. I'm not at all. We get to the playground with Blue. Here we fucking go. Everything that Darla and Ra was thinking was gonna happen basically happened on this playground. Blue out there playing with little Marcus. And Marcus, not being malicious, he wasn't trying to be malicious, because I thought he was going to have some malicious kids coming at him. But Marcus, not being malicious, says, my mama said you ain't got no real daddy. I forgot what the statement was that Blue made that brought up the daddy factor. He was like, you ain't got no daddy. My mama said you don't. He's like, dude, yes I do. My pops is my daddy. Like, duh, you don't know. I call him Pops, but that's my daddy. He was like, no, man, I heard my mama tell my auntie on the phone that you ain't got no real daddy, man. You want to go play on the swings? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say Marcus wasn't trying to be malicious. But this was right here. This was the downfall of the blowback of what Nova has written. Like, this child is now in the playground, hurt and confused, wondering why he's being told that Ralph Angel is not his dad. Nova didn't give a damn about Lil Crayon. I mean, the situation, I was like, ugh. And while Ra is out there trying to enjoy his life, you know, his new love interest, what is her name, y'all? I done said it damn episodes. I don't know the woman's name. What is her name? I know her real name is Erica Tazzle. What is her name on the show? But they out there trying to enjoy each other's company, and he get a phone call. It's Blue. He gotta go. He gotta go. Well, Vine would finally sit down and talk about what she's been feeling, all that pain that's been, that she thought was gone, was only tucked away in the little corners of her mind. And when she saw Jimmy Dale, it just resurfaced. And it's in her. It's a feeling so deep inside of her that would, no matter what he do, I don't care how many people he beat over, how many old men he dragged through the front yard, he can't protect her from that pain that she already has within her. She carrying it deep within herself. He can't protect her. He said, but I can't be there for you when you're going through it though. And she don't think that she's gonna ever forgive Nova for helping this feeling, this pain that she's repressed all this time resurface. And she don't know how to shake it. She don't know how to get rid of it. She need therapy. I said back in season 2 that Vi need therapy. She really needs some counseling to help her with this situation. Nova, she comes up to Octavia and tries to check her. I said I was going, why Octavia Lauren name sounds so familiar. Apparently, she come to check her about the book, about calling her out, doing her book reading, and her basically Octavia goaded her into coming to this group where they're all discussing her book. She knows Nova's ego, and she knows the Nova ego wasn't gonna let her slide that easy, so Nova was gonna slide through. One of the students is questioning her about this doggone book, about people that she could have possibly spoken to, and Nova is real argumentative, real super defensive, combative even, I would like to say, in her responses. A bitch with her responses to this student. And then once the student got up to walk away, she looked at Octavia and said, oh, so you still got a type. I was wondering if she was feeling that in the beginning, and there was a bit of jealousy, because apparently her and Octavia were lovers. Mr. Lover, Lover, or Mrs. Lover, Lover, both of them, they was lovers. And Octavia is in her motherfucking feelings and ego too, because in the book, she only had a one-line entry. Nova mentioned about her professor that had taught her about patriarchy. She never mentioned about the love that they shared together, or the long summers they spent in Paris together. She never mentioned any of that stuff. And Octavia felt that she deserved to be more to Nova than just a one-liner. But the reason why her name, like I say, is so familiar to me, because there was a actress named Octavia Saint Laurent. She's just Octavia Laurent. The actress name is Octavia Saint Laurent. She was a transgender and an AIDS activist, HIV/AIDS awareness educator. I think she died probably about 20 years ago. What year is this? Yeah, I don't know what year she died. 2000, early 2000s. I want to say mid 2000s. She passed away, and that's what it put me in mind of. And now that they've made Octavia Lawrence Nova's lover, it just kind of like paralleled each other. Anyway, back at Darla's, Blue was upset and crying. He won't talk to his mom about what's going on, so she don't fully understand what is happening to him. Rod came through, and he's like, hey, somebody said something. If it's what I'm thinking it is, somebody said something. Darla wants to flip her wig. She's so fucking angry. Charley stopped by the clinic. It's for today. He got a lot of people in there. She feeling kind of good about it. Even Ignacio down there with his family. And in walks Ice. Is it immigration? What does the C stand for? Immigration something enforcement. Immigration Citizenship Enforcement. What does the C stand for in ICE, y'all? ICE. Immigration something enforcement. I'm not going to Google it. I hope y'all answer it in the comment section for me. So anyway, they come in and raid the place. I was like, I bet a dime to a dozen it was Francis. Francis found out and called this shit in. But this is the exact reason why people was fearing coming there. Why the crowds were so small. And Ignacio had just came and thanked Charley, called her the guardian angel for providing this safe space, and now that safe space has been interrupted. Another um hint or another, I can't even think about words. I'm so tired. I'm so disconnected right now. Another call to the safe space being taken away. Where's my, I look uneven. Like this hand looks higher than this hand. What is that about? Why is this hand so much higher? Is my table one level? I don't know. That's weird. You see how much higher? I'm supposed to be on a level surface. Okay, anyway. They came in and raid this time. My apologies, I was off on a tangent. They come in and raid the doggone place, and Ignacio and his oldest son ain't got no papers. They get carted away. Oh, the clinic was supposed to be a safe place. The clinic is supposed to be what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, an exception to ICE raids, but here they are because somebody gave them an anonymous tip for undocumented people, and they called it in. And the dude was like, well, the current administration, they basically saying, fuck your rights. We can come do what we want to do. That's basically what he said. I'm surprised they didn't ask Charley for papers, for real. Charley was outside talking to one of the cops, and the cops was telling her that they didn't believe that the Landrys did this because the Landry lost 3 workers themselves. The lands were raided as well. And I'm like, they lost 3 people? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought they said they lost 3 people. That's a sacrifice that they would make. That's no biggie. And I don't know, like, if it's me, but when he called Charley Gal, like, people don't like you around here, Gal. It could be something other than that. You helped shut down the prison. We ain't too happy about that. When he called her Gal, that's like equivalent to calling a black man boy. I was really annoyed with that. I was really annoyed. And I'm surprised Charley didn't check him on that shit. I was with my sister one day. We was out buying a car. She was looking for a car. And the man came up and said, how you girls doing? She was instantly like, I ain't no motherfucking girl. Call me a miss, ma'am, lady, but don't call me girl. She was really pissed off. He was like, I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? I never tripped off it. I call people girl all the time. Hey, girl, hey. What's up, girl? I do that all the time. But I do know there are people who do not like to be called girl. I apologize if I offend you when I do that, but it's just habit. But gal, I don't like to be called gal at all. Gal and honey. Don't call me either one of those. But anyway, pause. That red jumpsuit with the cut off shoulder and the black buttons going down the right slit. Charley, baby, whoever styling you this season, that's a winner right there. That look good on you, girl. That look good on you. Wait. Micah. Micah goes to visit Aunt early in the episode, and he noticed that Aunt had this tattoo that Aisha supposedly had did for him. I think it was like the cage bird. Look, it was flying out. It was supposed to be a call to Maya Angelou's poem. And I wasn't going to speak on it until Micah decided to go there and get his own tattoo done. And he was drinking whiskey, taking it straight to the head. I think that was Jack Daniels. I think I recognized the bottle. I don't drink, so I'm not sure. But y'all let me know if that was Jack Daniels. The Tennessee black whiskey type thing. Ain't that Jack Daniels? Or is that something different? Y'all let me know. Anyway, this is probably why Kiki ain't calling you back, ain't returning your calls, ain't answering your calls, ignoring you. Kiki ain't about this life. You came back brand new, my nigga. You came back brand new. I guess in his growing up, to me, Micah came back a little bit more immature. And I told y'all he's been getting on my nerves for a while now. He's been getting, especially the way he interacts with Charley. It gets on my doggone nerves. And I was like, if he's been drinking all this time, that may explain some of this behavior. But today, I think they said this was supposed to be his first time because Aisha had gave it to him to numb the pain as he's getting the tattoo, but he got drunk. And please don't come in the comment section talking about how you drunk when you was younger and it's okay, nothing happened to you, nothing went wrong with you, your mama and daddy used to let you sip or what have you. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's for real. I don't care. So the councilman come over and talks to Charley and say whoever is behind the highway, she believes is the behind the raids. Um, and she thinks that Charley should be able to team up with St. Thomas because if they lose the highway, it's going to affect their economic base there. They're going to lose tourism. They're going to lose money. So St. Thomas wants the highway to come through there. St. Joe's, they don't want that there because it's affecting the agricultural. That's how people are making their money through the farms there. It's going to affect that. So they don't want the highway. At least Charley don't want that highway to come through there. So she says you got two choices. You can either team up with St. Thomas, try to get it on the ballot in both parishes and let the people vote on it, or run for council. I told y'all I thought Charley was going to run for council, and yes. So she goes into Micah's room. I think she was about to tell him about her plans to run for council. She see the bandage on his arm, think he got hurt. No, it's just a tattoo. Charley looks so disgusted at him. With him, not at him. And then she smelled the liquor like, you been drinking? He like, oh, my bad. You know, it was just supposed to be to numb the pain. I wasn't trying to get drunk. First of all, you're too young for a tattoo. At least where I come from, you had to be at least 18. I know people get them all the time, but, you know, people under 18 got tattoos from, you know, age 99 to newborns. They got tattoos, but I thought the legal age was supposed to be 18. And he like, and the drinking. You 17, boy. And he like, Mom, stop tripping. You know what I'm saying? I already talked about how I feel about Micah and the way he talks to Charley. And the fact that Charley just don't know how to deal with him. Because she's like, if you don't want to listen to me, then tell me who you want to listen to. She walks out and slams the door. He's like, Mom, I do listen to you. No, you don't. No, you don't. He probably going to run over like, she don't understand. That's all it was just a tattoo. That's probably what he going to do. In the end, Rod and Darla, they sit down with the broken-hearted Blue. All I could do is cry. That's all I could do. I was really upset about Blue and his tears, that baby, like, he feeling so rejected, unloved, unwanted, because I thought you were my daddy. You know, I don't even really want to talk about that much because I'm so mad at Nova's irresponsible self when it comes to Blue. When it comes to everybody in that damn book, but specifically to Blue. I just like so angry at that shit. But I think that Rod and Darla handled the conversation well. It don't take away the pain that was caused, but they still handled it well, and maybe that they could all still come together as a family. It's fucking depressing. This whole season, it's just been depressing as fuck. Like, do I got anything else here? I ain't got no more notes. I don't even know what else to say there, y'all. Lynette on Random TV Reviews had said that she hoped that they are not trying to put Darla and Rob back together. And for some reason, in the end, it kind of seemed like that's what that maybe hinting towards that. You know, they both leaned in to Blue and they both said, I love you. And it was almost as if they were saying, I love you to each other and not just Blue. Yeah. I don't want that to happen either. I don't want them to get back together either. I'm vibe. I just don't know what she gonna do with herself. She just in another place at this time. A deep-seated place of hurt and fear, and she can't even sleep at night. She's so scared. And I like the idea of Charley running for council. I do. But now that this book is out there, I forgot to mention that part too. Davis, she decided to help Davis and she was instructing him on what to do. That motherfucker thought that they was going to get back close. You know, he'd been trying to slip it back in for a minute now. But he tried to lean in for a kiss. She was like, nah, bro. That's done no with. We ain't at that point no more. We just got to the point where we could be civil with one another. But we ain't finna do no kissy hooking up. That's done. It's no more for you for that. No more. That's it, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Leave your comments down in the comment section. Like the video if you feel so inclined to do so. Thumbs it down if you don't like it. As I stated at the beginning of my video, I can give a fuck what y'all think about me personally. This is about the episode and the TV show that we're reviewing. So if you want to leave comments about that in the comment section, go ahead and do so. Whether you agree with me about what I said or disagree. And then what else? Yeah, we never came up to an answer last week either about what could possibly be done to bring this family back together. We all thought it had to be something really tragic. It's gonna have to be something tragic. Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace.